Everything points to Monarch. Still a bay. Bay. But it's still a bay first though.
We are now in orbit above Stellar Bay, Captain. No blockade is a match for my piloting skills.
Yeah, we need to sleep and then we need to eat and drink. Oh crap, we need a lot of even more, okay. Okay. Bring them with us. Yes, a little bit of stealing. Yep. Go that way. Fan. Grimm.
Hey, hold on there. I gotta sign you in.
Oh yeah?
Don't think I've seen you around. That means you must be new to Stellar Bay. You are new here, right?
Maybe. You seem surprised. Well, that is my ship on a landing pad right next to you.
I knew it. See, I made what you'd call a logical deduction. You must have seen those UDL gunships on your way in. There's only 3 of them these days. Still, they tend to scare folk off.
Takes a bit more than a few gunships to scare me.
Wish more folk could say that. Gets awful quiet guarding a landing pad that never gets used. You may not have heard, you being new, but Stellar Bay hardly ever gets off-world traffic. Us being cut off by the board and all. Which means I never get to do this part, but I've been practicing, so here goes.
Oh boy.
On behalf of Monarch Stellar Industries, welcome to Stellar Bay, home of the freshest sal tuna and halcyon. Please state your name for the records.
Captain Lu Wang.
Swell. There's one for the logs. I'm even gonna give you your own entry code.
Thank you.
I'm not supposed to do that. It's against procedure, but Mr. Sanjar isn't so strict about the rules here. Besides, I got a lot of empty entries to fill.
Is Stellar Bay really that isolated?
We don't get ship traffic in town. Only off-worlders who do make it out here are sublight. They got a base in Fallbrook. And thank the stars for them, or we would have run out of Rizzo's Purple Berry Crunch years ago.
You know what I expected to find a Monarch.
Oh, that'll just make Mr. Sanjar's day if you tell him. The board makes up lots of nasty stories about raptidons and cannibals and whatnot. But that's all outside our walls. Mostly.
Are you saying the board's been lying about this place?
Oh, sure. They make Stellar Bay sound like a rotten place, but it's not so bad. Get a good breeze going, and the sulfur smell mostly covers up the fishy smell.
Ah, the nostalgic stench of home. Can't say I miss the day-to-day of living in Edgewater.
Anyway, Mr. Sanjar's got lots to say on that subject. Kinda goes over my head, though.
Okay.
Mr. Sanjar will be mighty pleased to meet you. If you see him over at headquarters, maybe you could tell him I did a bang-up job of welcoming you? Oh, and if you're headed that way, maybe you could do me a favor?
Maybe.
I got this Rizzo's Rangers tossball poster coming in on the next sublight shipment, signed by the Black Hole himself. Only I haven't heard anything in a while. You think you could check with Celia to see if it's come in?
Who's the Black Hole?
That's Bertie Holcomb. Only one of the greatest tossball hackers ever.
I wonder if he's kin. Dad had family that worked for Rizzo's. I never got to meet them.
Everyone's heard of him, even on Monarch. We still get some of the games. You been living in a sulfur pit or something?
But why is he called the Black Hole?
On account of him being the best hacker who ever played. Nothing gets by him. He sucks up every ball that comes his way.
Maybe word that differently.
Well, Holcomb's had a lot of nicknames over his career. Used to be the tallywhacker on account of what he'd do to the score. Before that, he was the slick stick, because the shots were always so smooth.
Let's not talk about
Whatever
this
you
ever
say,
again.
I could talk tossball for hours.
This poster sounds pretty valuable.
I couldn't really say, I'm just a fan of the game. But the fancy collector types say the more people see these things, the less valuable they are. And I figure my poster's been passed around by more than a few people by now.
Okay, I can ask about
Thanks
it.
a bunch. Celia works for Mr. Sanjar in the MSI building next to the bar. She's always there, so you can't miss her.
Okay, so let's see. Gotta look around and see what we can steal. Yacht club, huh?
What are the chances of all the times and places we could have been born?
Yeah.
We're here, light years from Earth, going about our lives.
Every time the punch clock peals, a worker earns his meals.
What are you talking about?
Sorry, I thought you were quoting It's a Wonderful Directory.
Several phrases had been marked off right between the eyes. There were 3, no 4 of them. That raft was this big. Took it down with one shot. Buy me a drink.
Making my way there.
Okay. Now we can talk to you.
And the little bastard's slippery, right? On account of its blood, so it's sliding all over the place, trying to crawl away. Getting so I can't tell the blood from the mud. But I gotta get in there, get right in that baby rap's stomach and dig it out. If so much as a drop of stomach acid got on that medallion, shit, I don't know what I'd do. Might be I'd hunt every damn rapt out there. Right. What are you staring? Wait. You ain't from around here. Who are you?
Good question. I'm Lu Wang. Pleasure to meet you.
Ooh, charmer. Don't get a lot of that around here. Folks mostly grump at me about how I should join the MSI payroll. Nice change of pace. Buy me a drink, will you?
Sure, not around.
Outstanding! What are you doing in Stellar Bay, stranger?
I'm told you can help me find an information broker.
Well. Let's get down to brass nuts then, shall we? Wait, that ain't it. Brass rats? Let's talk business. I'm headed back out there after I sober up. You want a guide sooner than that? You have to get me something to clear my head.
So what do you need?
Outstanding! Our dispensary here maintains a stock of, well, I don't rightly know what they are. Steroid or caffeine somethings? Pills. They're very good. I'm cut off for the month, on account of needing one just about every damn day. But I'm sure you've got your wily ways. Fetch me one and we'll be all set.
Medical 25 then.
Well, they work. We got a deal or what?
Okay.
Wrapped musk and canid eyes, right here. Hello, stranger. Can I interest you in raptidon tongue? Or maybe some canid toenails? You look like a man who's looking for some mostly fresh animal parts?
Not really.
I don't know. Celia usually buys whatever I have, and Mr. Pickett seemed real interested. So I thought maybe I was onto something.
Mr. Pickett? Franklin Pickett from Edgewater?
That's him. He'd been here years, but he always talked about going back to Edgewater one day.
Provider, you know who he's talking about?
Sure. Mr. Pickett used to run the community center outside Edgewater. He had this grand idea to make it a museum for halcyon life. As my dad told it, Mr. Pickett was always going on about getting a manta queen for the last display. He left the Vale, gosh, years ago.
He came to Stellar Bay years ago, just before the board cut us off. Ended up stuck here. He was always real interested in our monsters. Manta queens, especially.
Have you seen a manta queen?
Sure. They're real big. Hard to miss them.
Sounds like fun then. Where have you seen them?
Well, I could send you to the same place I sent Mr. Pickett. But I haven't seen him in a few weeks. To tell true, I'm starting to get a bit worried about him.
Captain, can we look for him? I'd feel awful if somebody from home was in trouble and we didn't do nothing.
Tell you what, I'll tell you where I sent Mr. Pickett if you promise to look for him. Help him out if he's got himself in trouble. Fair deal?
Sure.
All right then. Leave town through the southern gate, the one right here, and head past the abandoned ruins. Last Mana Queen I saw was in the wilds out that-a-ways. Could be Mr. Pickett still out there too.
Let's see what you have.
Oh, good. Celia hasn't come by in a few days, so I haven't sold much.
Okay.
Sir, please, I need your help. I can pay.
Okay, keep it quiet.
Okay, bit. Howdy, ma'am. Hello, Agnes.
Oh, thank you for stopping. Everyone acts like nothing's wrong, like my little boy isn't at risk of being eaten by some vile creature. Please, you have to help me get my little Tucker back. He ran away and is going to get himself killed. Oh, I just know a Raptidon is melting him with acid as we speak.
Well, then it's too late, isn't it? Calm down. Take a deep breath and tell me what happened.
Don't you tell me to calm down. I promised my boy I'd protect him for always. But how can I keep him safe if he's run away? He ran out into the wilderness a few days ago. I warned him about the Raptidons, Mantisaurs, and Marauders, the toxic sulfur pools, and poisonous plants, but he didn't listen.
Oh, law, Captain. A youngster won't last long in a place like this. Please, can't we help?
Please, won't you go and find my boy?
Maybe. Why would Tucker run away?
He's been pining for an adventure. Says he's tired of living cooped up behind the walls. But he doesn't understand how dangerous it is out there. I warned him. A Raptidon would snap him up first chance it got. I just know one's ripped his arm off and is gnawing on his sweet little fingers. He should have listened to his mama. I promised I'd keep him safe here with me.
Where would he have gone?
He's been listening to those awful broadcasts that the iconoclasts put out. I begged Sanjar to put a stop to them, but did he? No! And now I just know my boy's run off to Amber Heights. That is, if a Manta Queen hasn't spooled out and eaten his entrails for breakfast already.
Okay. Where is Amber Heights then?
That old settlement, southwest of Stellar Bay. I don't know which is worse, the thought of my son shacking up with them nutty iconoclasts, or that he never made it. Sprats could be nesting in his rotting body alongside the road as we speak.
Oh my god.
Or maybe marauders got him, pulled all his teeth out, crushed him into their drugs, and made him snort them. Oh, the things that could happen to my sweet baby.
Did you say there was a reward involved?
Well, I guess I can't ask you to leave the town walls for free.
Mm-hmm.
It is deathly dangerous out there. I got some bits saved up for a rainy day. I'll give you every last one if you just bring my Tucker back to me. I won't even be mad at him running off. You tell him I won't be mad.
Hey.
Thank you. Oh, I know he'll be safe now that someone's able to fetch him home. You look for him in Amber Heights, you hear? It's down the road southwest of town. I'm sure he made it that far. I just know it. And if you find any of them iconoclasts indoctrinating my boy, you punch them in the mouths. Tell them what I think of them luring little boys away from their mamas. It's immoral.
Hey, lady. Zing.
Well, well. The only new folk I ever see in town are sublight runners from Fallbrook. But you don't look like one of Catherine's. What can I get you?
I'd like to train.
If you don't see it, I don't got it. Don't go asking for the special reserve.
Maurice. Hold on off on it. Let's see what she had. Things. Okay. Nothing interesting for us. Let's move on.
Could I get another advance, Mr. Nandi?
Just make sure it's properly logged.
I'll note it next to the others, sir.
Well, new business turns up at last.
Okay.
Celia, didn't I tell you our new statistics-based advertising model would be a hit?
That you did, sir.
How can yield improvements of 26.7% not quicken the pulse? How can 32% cost savings not moisten the loins?
You've often posed these very questions.
Clear my schedule. This newcomer has a meeting with me.
I do? That's very generous
Celia,
of you.
will you make a note of that for my self-review? Very generous.
Noted.
But not so generous I can't drive a good bargain. Now, who sent you? Rizzo's, perhaps? Or Auntie Cleo herself?
I'm just looking for the information broker.
Hiram? Why, he's probably still out at Devil's Peak. Not that he's had the courtesy to notify me, at any rate. But if you're here for him, I suppose that means you aren't here for Saltuna.
No. Afraid not.
Oh, a shame. I'd been saving a bottle of iceberg-aged whiskey for an occasion like this.
Seems like you're having a rough time, Mr. Sanjar. Are you doing quite all right?
Oh, don't worry on my account. This is merely the latest in a long line of professional, erotic, and athletic disappointments. I had hoped that livening up our advertisements with enticing figures would draw the other corporations back to our bosom, but it seems we're back to the drawing board.
If you're free of the other corporation, why would you want to bring them back?
Surviving alone isn't as easy as it looks. Thanks to the so-called hazard clause, Monarch has been cut off from the board's resources and protection for 10 years now. We've kept ourselves in business by trading with individual corporations, but given the off-the-books nature of those transactions, such arrangements are precarious.
And you're tired of scrounging and scraping by, is that it?
Yes, freedom is a tempting ideal, but a rather costly paramour.
Exactly. Intellectualism fuels the train to mankind's future, but the tracks the train runs on are forged from practicality.
Mr. Vicar, I don't want to be rude, but I don't think that means anything.
Yes, it's as though the good vicar has plucked the very words from my brain.
So what do you mean to do about it then?
Well, Mr. Nandi here has a rather ingenious plan to get MSI restored to the board.
On our terms, mind you.
Returning to the board is your only chance if you hope to survive here on Monarch. That doesn't mean it'll be easily achievable.
Indeed not. No worthwhile plan was ever simple. That's what I always say.
And if our advertising scheme hasn't borne fruit, then perhaps it's time we took matters into our own hands.
This lady knows what's going on.
It's true. Our Celia is an alarmingly competent middle manager. At any other company, she'd be wasted in data entry. The plan she refers to is a two-pronged approach, and the first part involves seeing Stellar Bay properly defended.
Okay, fine, but how do you mean to do that?
With a Bolt 52 cartridge, of course. If you can get us what we need to rejoin the board, starting the Bolt 52, we'll be able to become one of the most productive and secure cities in Halcyon.
And you'll have a powerful ally on the board.
This Bolt 52 sounds useful. What is it?
Why, one of the strongest defenses in Halcyon. An extremely powerful ordnance.
Where do I find one?
In the old arms building southwest of town, which used to be part of Stellar Bay before we had to move our walls in. These days it's overrun with marauders and raptidons.
Well, I guess I'm gonna go and get it then.
Do be careful. I've lost more than a few people to marauders and raptidons out there. Oh, and while you're at it, there should be a terminal in the arms building with some dangerous information. Perhaps you could delete it so it doesn't fall into the wrong hands.
Or do I need to ask you about
What
something?
can I do for you?
I met Grimm, the landing pad guy.
I see. And was his delivery of the MSI authorized greeting up to snuff?
It is a bang-up job.
Well, that's excellent. I'll see that your feedback makes it into his review. What else can I do for you?
A question about the MSI and the good old days.
Then it's good that I keep such meticulous notes.
Mm-hmm. How did the MSI get kicked off the board in the first place?
I've asked myself the same thing many times, especially seeing as the legal mechanisms we employed were part of the board's own bylaws.
You mean that you initiated your own removal from the board?
Not intentionally, though that's technically true. For many years, this planet was home to as many corporations as Terra 2. Back then, it was known as Terra 1.
Yeah, what happened to the other corporations?
As you may have noticed, this planet has more than its share of hazards. And as the other corporations began to tally their losses, they decided to pull out.
But not MSI, right?
Our leadership at the time certainly wanted to.
And how did that work out?
Most regard Monarch as a lost cause. But there were others of us who saw an opportunity. The
chance to improve working hours and conditions, to reform MSI from the ground up.
How forward-thinking of you.
It's humane, but it's also good business sense. Exhausted, sick, and malnourished workers are not productive workers. Even a cursory review of the data bears that out.
I hope you'd treat them nice, whether it was good business or not, Mr. Sanjar. That's what being a community means. Treating people right, because it's the right thing to do.
Ms. Holcomb is our endlessly optimistic crew hand. It's good for the captain's morale. A noble thought, Miss Holcomb. Unfortunately, noble thoughts rarely sway board policy. Anyway, we learned of a loophole in the corporate bylaws that would allow MSI to claim ownership of the entire planet once the other corporations pulled out, creating the perfect environment for us to enact these new reforms.
Okay, take it your leadership didn't embrace your ideas.
No, they laughed in our faces and insisted we'd be relocating to Terra 2, along with everyone else.
Yet here you are.
Yes, some of us stayed behind, and as the most senior executive remaining, I ended up in charge of what was left of MSI. I moved forward with our planned reforms, as well as our strategy to assume ownership of the planet. Yet not long after I renamed it Monarch, the other corporations dislodged us from the board and began an official campaign to paint us as lawless savages.
That's slow even for them.
I don't think I realized how far they'd stoop. Everything we did was legal and above board. We followed their rules, and yet they still found reasons to declare us outlaws. I do think there's something useful in a governing body like the board. Something that keeps us from anarchy, but I dearly wish it functioned differently.
Why exactly do you want back on the board then?
Why wouldn't anyone? They own nearly all the resources and infrastructure in Halcyon. Without the board, chaos would overtake the system. Working within the established order isn't a principle to snub one's nose at, Captain. To be on the board is to be part of the colonial community, and being cut off means slow strangulation.
They treated you pretty roughly. Is it worth going back to that?
I'm not a man to put pride before progress. If membership on the board can ease our hardships and provide us with opportunities, then that's the path I mean to pursue. Besides, I'm hopeful that additional leverage on our part will allow us a more equitable relationship.
Good for you, forced into the bargaining table.
I've discovered it's much easier to negotiate from a position of power. And I don't mean to leave MSI or its people at a disadvantage. My hope is to maintain the reforms we've managed here, and who knows? Perhaps once we're restored, we could spread them to other corporations.
And what's the hazard clause?
It's a legal provision that gives the board the authority to cordon off any planet or location that it deems dangerous.
But wait, what happens to the folks stuck on the wrong side of dangerous?
I'm afraid the welfare of a few hundred people is too minor a figure into the board's risk assessments.
And they invoked his own monarch.
Yes, making all of MSI criminals in the board's eyes. Rather hard to run a business that way.
Okay, talk about something else.
What can I do for you?
He's so happy. Oh man. I've got to go. Out of your happiness. Data. Summary report on condition within Stellar Bay. Okay, that was pretty much what he was talking about then. MSI, our profit margins are stellar. MSI salt tuna 43.28% more nutrient dense than the leading brands. Stellar Bay, a tolerable center of commerce in a hostile and chaotic galaxy. And route exit. Discovering a vending machine makes us level up. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Been there, we've been there. We're checking for named NPCs. That can be. That's that part. Get to.
Hold it right there.
Oh, come on!
What do you think you're doing? I'll pretend I didn't see it.
Bastards! How the heck did they see that? Oh. Damn it! Okay. Oh well. My stupidity for not checking that well. Vodka! Be in the damn factory or something? Stole the vermin. Need food and water. Get some fish sticks and some water. Files, please enter authorization code to access personal files. Smash random keys. Enter route, 2 messages. Fishing tank 23A are looking a little lumpy. If you're not going to make it in, that's fine, but you have to let me know so I can stay on top of the doses. Mr. Nandi, we really need to talk about the Saltuna situation. I had to let the 4 batches rot in the warehouse over the last 2 months because we're not finding buyers. Now the situation with the board puts us in a tough spot. We need to start thinking about how we're going to keep Stellar Bay afloat if we can't get sales up. Seriously, where are you? You missed 3 ships. This is getting ridiculous even for you. Get so many of those, so.
Oh, you got that?
Yeah, I did. Now we can skip her. Oh, damn. Over there. See if there's a... Yeah, we could have done that, I guess. Hello, Velma.
Look, you can tell Catherine the new shipment will be ready when it's ready, alright? She's welcome to come up here and pack boxes herself if she's in such a hurry.
Take it easy, I'm just looking around.
Well, if you're that friendly about it, then you definitely aren't one of Catherine's sublight toughs. My mistake. I hope you can forgive my temper. This job has been running me ragged lately. First, my autoloader foreman stages a walkout, and now my chief pescatological health manager is missing.
Your chief what?
Braxton. He's in charge of getting the fish fat, but also making sure they don't get too many tumors. He's a real wizard with pharmaceuticals, but he has creative notions of working hours. Comes with living in a free colony, I guess.
Okay. You'll come back eventually. You can't constrain a person's freedom. Don't you have rules about that sort of things?
We're not keen on rules for rules' sake around here. Means Braxton skips work sometimes, but it also means no company boss is telling me when I can take a shit. Since you don't seem to be constrained yourself, maybe you could check up on him. He lives in the apartments. Tell him Velma said to get his lazy ass down here, or she might start noticing those extra jugs he's been taking from supply. Something else on your mind?
Who's this Catherine you mentioned when I first came in?
Sublight boss out of Fallbrook. Handles most goods that come in or out of Stellar Bay. Has a mouth like a ground six spacer.
You said Braxton had been stealing drugs?
Stealing's such a nasty word. Let's call it skimming. And yeah, let's just say I've noticed the stereobiotics we use for the fish would get used a little faster on Braxton's shifts.
Hopefully nice of you not to say anything.
We're not like those corporate towns where you get fined for sleeping on the wrong side of the bed. Besides, the Spacer's Choice stuff we use is cheap enough. And Braxton knows how to get the Saltuna, fat and mostly tumor-free.
Okay, talk to you later.
Velma seem out of sorts to you?
She's always cranky.
Okay. See what we got out here. Buddy? There's nothing on you. Nothing in that one either. Kick you over the side. Okay. Stellar Bay Ruins. I don't think I'm gonna go there yet. Yeah. That is. Come again, buddy. Something up there, but too many people around. So a bit of risk there. Check this out and then go around this, and then we're done checking out. Down left field, toss ball betting. Yeah, we need to talk to Grimm and the hard. Hello, Nell.
Ooh,
you're the new face. Wow, you must be up on all the latest tossball games. So who do you follow?
Wait, don't tell me. You look like a Hammersmith Thunder fan. No, Glacial H Mammoths.
Yeah, who has time to watch grown men and women hit balls with sticks? Huh? They're all pretty great.
Aren't they just? When I get to worrying about the marauders outside, the raptidons chewing at the walls, I just turn my transceiver up to drown it all out. Most of the time it's static on account of the frequency being clogged up, but sometimes it's tossball. So, what can I do for you?
You said you were having trouble receiving the tossball game transmissions.
Graham's always filling the airwaves with this propaganda, like it's done him any good. All it means is the tossball games get to us in fragments. Makes them real hard to watch.
Okay. Maybe it's something later. Get in.
Sure.
Okay. There's all the critters around. Resident. Abigail Edwards.
Hello, dearie. Well, I don't believe I've seen you before. And with sweet cheeks like those, I'd remember. What can Auntie Abigail do for you?
I've been asked to pick up a caffeinoid supplement.
And what a helpful young man you are. Nothing like a little pill to liven up the spirits.
Mm-hmm.
Who's your lucky friend, dearie?
How do you know, Auntie? You'll have to pry that secret from my sweet little cheeks.
Aren't you a saucy thing? Now, I may not be a fresh young thing anymore, but with age comes experience, dearie.
Uh-oh. Why don't you show me a thing or two?
Much as I'd love to. My rheumatism is especially fierce at the moment, and I'm all out of my medicine. But I'd hate to send you away empty-handed. You were here for caffeinoid, weren't you? Who's it for?
It's for Nyoka.
Oh, her. It's none of my business, but I have told her Dr. Williams would bump up her monthly allotment if only she'd join MSI. Contribute like the rest of us. Now I've gone and said too much. And you know me, dearie. I don't like to pry.
There must be a way I can increase her allotment.
Well, I'm afraid not. Dr. Williams managed the town's allotments from his terminal upstairs. Even I can't access them.
Where can I find this Dr. Williams?
In the town graveyard, I'm afraid. Poor man was always searching for the flower of enlightenment. On the way, he tried some rather daring substance combinations.
Where's the graveyard?
The graveyard's near the southern ruins. You're certainly welcome to pay our respects, but the bodies tend to attract beasties. Do be careful. I'd hate for anything to happen to you, dearie.
Hey. Hey.
Chin up, dearie.
You chin up. See what we can do up here then. We don't need that key card. So you log in, hack. Patient records. Nyoka, increase capital alignment. Blue Wang. Little storage. William. Notes. Reactivins plus pep you up. I'd hypothesized that this combination might waken my mind and sense to the greater realities around us. That is true. Then it seems my faculties were quite overwhelmed in this instance. Shortly after the dosage, I experienced cold sweats, tremors, and mild paranoia. It's perhaps due to these latter effects that most of my notes from the episode are of little use. Nevertheless, the effects were most invigorating. I will have to attempt a moderate dosage once heart palpitations subside. Okay, this is next test done. In my previous experiments, I theorized that deadening the external senses might allow the mind's eye to glimpse the eternal. Alas, I was only partially successful. Combination of substances quickly rendered me both blind and feeble, so much so that I soon fell into a stupor. I woke some hours later in a pile of my own sick and most curious craving for Telerodius? It was bushberry extract and the biliary oil. Okay. Next is Costolurine and triple dosage. Okay. Flashing file empty. I guess that didn't go so well then. Word work in progress. Stellar Bride, huh? Okay. Yeah. That was an erotic story. Create new account. No. Okay. We are down there, so we can get to her and give her her medication. Something about his apartment though. This one. Good flicker. Resident.
Someone's been killed! I think I'm gonna be sick.
Put yourself together and tell me what happened.
I clean the apartments while everyone's at work. I've seen all sorts of messes, but this... If you're going into the apartments, do not go into the lower one on the right. That's where the body is. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go contemplate a hot shower.
You like inform the law?
Hear the end of it.
You know, I haven't seen him in a while.
Oh, Laura. Dropping a care package off with the matters in all ruins south of Stellar Bay. Be back soon, Laura. I know you're reading this. Stay out of my things. Laura?
You startled me. Don't sneak up on a person like that, huh?
Didn't mean to scare you. Bye. Someone left a little toy around for us. A hunting rifle, huh? Oops. Sorry to bother you with this, but something foul is leaking from the apartment upstairs. Okay. You please keep your windows shut, as I'm trying to explain, leaving them open, especially when you got food out, invites mantis swarms, and mantis swarm infestation is everyone's problem. Excellent, I know you keep odd hours, I know you, because I heard you coming and going at all times of the day and night, haha, but maybe you could try to close your door a little more quietly. I have rather sensitive nerves, and every time I hear your door, I think we're in the middle of another Amber Heights. Yeah, let's check out the crime scene then, huh? Or do we have anything we can watch?
Sorry. Just spooked me, was all.
Up.
What a gruesome way to die.
This betting slip list of some increased bowl of wages made for a team called Mostly Colonists is from the left field toss ball betting. Couldn't pay up what he owed, huh? Several ragged outfits, all of the same cut and color, were stuffed into his suitcase. So he was thinking about trying to get away, huh?
I had a question about your plan, Mr. Vicker.
Of course. The cosmos is generated and directed by the universal equation, also known as the Grand Plan. By contemplating the teleological order of things, one can achieve verity. Oh, right. You had a question?
Never mind. That about answers it.
Oh, what? Come on. The BS. Freaking kidding me. Why isn't this one? Hey. I can't. Guards are down there. Will see me. Come on, in here.
Wish I could. No, can't do.
I'm going.
Hey, Chef Raymond.
Whoa, by the stars, my poor heart. I just about pissed my jumpsuit.
Sorry, didn't mean to startle you.
Most people don't. Besides, this place is enough to try anyone's nerves.
How's that?
Where should I begin? With the oversized mantisaurs? Or perhaps the rat spewing acid at our walls? The board was right. This place isn't fit for human habitation, and I was a fool for staying.
My engineer's looking to get a dustback casserole. Can you cook one of those?
That was a real popular meal 10, 20 years back, before the board tucked tail and ran. These days, everybody's had a belly full of salt tuna. They all want borscht, and the mushrooms, well, not many venture out of town, what with the monsters hereabouts. I can whip one up for you, but it'll cost. Here's a menu.
Oh, yikes. I can't cover this much, Captain.
There you go.
You got it. I got all the ingredients. Should only take about an hour in the oven. There we are. Now, if you don't mind, I really need to take a leak.
My belly's gurgling just to smell it, Mr. Raymond. Thank you so much.
A pleasure to help such a charming young lady.
Oh, gosh. My tongue's rumbling just smelling that casserole.
Okay. Need sleep, food and water. So, shit, I should use the other one. Okay, before I got distracted by that, let's go back to the bedding over here.
Sure. Sure.
Me, are gonna have a little one-on-one here.
Here to catch a game? I'm afraid the transmission's still pretty bad. What can I do for you?
Found this bedding slip in a dead man's apartment. Any idea what that might have happened to him?
Poor Isaac. I was wondering why I hadn't seen him in a few days. I'd really like to help. Isaac was a sweet fellow, even if he did have terrible teeth.
Okay, I'm listening.
Right. So the thing with Isaac is he didn't know where to stop. He'd get stuck on something and he just couldn't let it go. Sometimes he'd drink purpleberry punch by the liter. Other times he'd keep betting on a losing team. Started owing the wrong people money.
So who did he owe?
I don't know for sure, but I saw Elijah and his buddies pushing Isaac around. They're hooligans from Fallbrook. They sweep into town, drop supplies off behind the warehouse, and spend the rest of their stay getting rowdy over tossball games. They usually loiter in the alley behind the yacht club. They're not allowed in the bar anymore. I bet you anything Isaac ran into trouble with one of them. Mr. Sanjar will be pleased to hear about it when you're done. I know he gets fed up with the Fallbrook bullies, but there's not much he can do.
Hey.
Smells like wrapped in here. Oh, it does work. I bought some musk from Sebastian.
See if we can find Grimm.
Have you had time to check on that poster yet? I keep wondering if it's come in.
There it is.
Would you look at that? The Rizzo's logo is nice and bright, and you can still smell the ink on Mr. Holcomb's signature. I can't thank you enough. Still, you can have the bits I was going to spend at the bar this week. And you know what? Take my old tossball blocker too. Never get the chance to use it these days.
Okay.
Ah, the charmer. Welcome back. Drink, chat, or business? All of the above?
But your magic pills, these things are dangerous, you know?
More or less dangerous than a steady supply of alcohol. Give it here. Whew, that hits the spot. Right in the, oh, no, there it is. There it is. Yes. We're in business. Let's go.
Glad to have you.
Great. Where to? Oh, Hiram? I ain't checked in on that man in an age. He's running the giant radio tower we lovingly call Devil's Peak. We'll be going south and west, mostly along the road till we're past Fallbrook. Out there, there's a western slope that'll lead us through some fun. You like hunting, right? That's fun. If you're more of a spelunker, Rotting River will take you into the mountain caverns. We can discuss options when we get closer. That said, 3's already a crowd. I don't mind waiting somewhere until you got a spot open.
Okay. Got a ship at the docking bay if you want to wait there.
As long as you've got my back, I'll have yours. Welcome to the unreliable crew.
A ship? Well, look at you. I'll find a spot there to call my own for now. Find me when you're ready.
Bum, bum,
What they're doing on other colonies.
okay, so let's see.
I think they're watching the same
Anything else just to do deliver here? It's all broke. Check the map region. Oh, damn. Okay, that's a long route. Looks like we have a lot to do in this place. We got all that. Got all that. All that. Yes, so we have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Probably that too, 13. This goes into a cave, 14. That's 15. We have a lot of places to pick out.
Following the same tossball games?
Mm-hmm.
And let's get back to our ship. Sleep and all, and go out to adventure.
Captain. Your return time is within 14% of the expected value.
Okay, let's see. That one. What do you have on? Now let's see. Holy shit. Okay. She had a weapon I could do some damage. Okay, we need to put points in. Oh, we got 20 points here. Crap. This one up to 50. Let's get our hacking up. Wait with the hacking. Okay, medical is nothing we need to get higher, I would say. This would be nice with 60. I don't know if we really need more in, but engineering I would like to get up. This one would be nice to get the crowd smooth speed. Lockpick. Yeah. Get one that to 40 would be nice. We're in a melee. I'd like to get the hack out to mechanicals, turn them off for 3 seconds. It would be pretty nice, but get that one up. Perks, we have one perk to put in. Yes, that would be nice. That means we would need to use it a lot more. That has a cooldown too. So if we get that one, should help. Can I get this one? Because that makes us we can restore much quicker. Let's see. Let's repair. Okay. Let's see. Useless. This. Start selling these things. Like nothing. Useless. Okay, dump some stuff in here. Okay. We'll see. Yeah, he's in here. Actually, what helmet was I used? She used it. Needs a crap. Headgear. Nothing, let's see. Take that one for her. Okay, sleep, and then we go. Start adventuring out and see what we. This big map. Place is huge, man. Okay. Let's drink. Save. The question is now then. I think we should bring her. Bitch. Taking the ladies. Down, down we go. Let's see if we can do this behind.
Will you keep Monarch safe, huh? That's real honorable work, isn't it?
Oh, no. Monarch ain't safe, even with me around. I've just got intimate knowledge of its dangers and an abundance of fortitude.
Oh, wait.
Folks hire me because I know what you can shoot and what you ought to run from. That's a mistake you only get to make once.
Oops. Out we go.
Captain, let's talk. Hey, got a favor to ask you.
Oh, yeah?
Figure while we're out here in the wilderness anyhow, we might stop in on an old friend of mine. Preferably before we get to Hiram's. It's on the way, don't worry. You don't seem the type to run off and get yourself killed, and I could use the help.
Thanks for the compliment, I think.
I'll be upfront with you. I hate asking for help. I hate it. Every time I give someone the opportunity to disappoint me, they seem to make it their most immediate goal. But this, what I'm thinking,
It's dangerous.
Okay. I'm honored you asking and thrilled to accept. What can I do?
Really? Here I was steeling myself for inevitable rejection. I used to run with a band of hunters. Friends. 6 of us. We were on Monarch when the corporations pulled out, and we helped a lot of people pick up the pieces. I haven't seen 2 of them in years, and the rest I know to be dead. I'd like to gather their effects and bury them all in the same places, like the family we once were.
Okay. And what do you need to do? How do you know they are dead?
I saw it happen. Hell, one of them was in my arms at the time. His name was Hayes, and he's our first stop. I buried him a ways from our encampment. I'll show you where he rests. He had a medallion in his effects. That's what I'll bring home to bury.
And after that?
Then we find my 2 lost trackers and bring them home. A long time ago, we built an encampment in one of Monarch's cave systems. Trouble is, a Mantiqueen showed up and kicked us all out. If we can find Rebecca and Anders, they'll know how to lure her out. Then, we kill the bitch and bury everyone's medallions together.
Okay, so we're going to have to kill a Mantiqueen, huh?
Oh, yes. I can't wait.
Okay. Sounds jolly.
Ooh. Smells like those old Sundays when we'd unload Saltuna shipments at the cannon.
Right. Here's the road. Follow it south.
One, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Are you guys ready for some Damn. She just ran in with the flamethrower. See what we got up here. Yeah, let's do this one first. Anything else? Do 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 do. You won't miss those things, right? All those damn things. Got here. We don't have the vicar with us, huh? Putting us oh yeah. Hey there. Nice hat. Getting closer to that.
Feels like the old bits outside of Edgewater. Used up, unneeded, left to settle into ruin.
Don't bother knocking on any doors. If anyone's inside, they're liable to respond with gunfire.
Okay, there are people in here. Oh, come on. Oh. God damn it, now we have to do this all over just because it's stupid. Oh, God. I hate these stupid companions sometimes, how weak they are.
Good luck, Captain.
So annoying, so annoying.
So you keep Monarch safe, huh? That's real honorable work, Miss Nyoka.
Oh, no. Monarch ain't safe, even with me around. I've just got intimate knowledge of its dangers and an abundance of fortitude. Folks hire me because I know what you can shoot and what you ought to run
I just
from.
need to use the other weapon.
we talk.
Okay, blah 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 blah.
Ooh, smells like those old Sundays when we'd unload salt tuna shipments at the cannery. Here we go.
Right. Here's the road. Follow it south.
Why do I have to redo all this? Okay.
Feels like the old bits outside of Edgewater. Used up, unneeded, left to settle into ruin.
Don't bother knocking on any doors. If anyone's inside, they're liable to respond with gunfire.
Yeah, let's do it like this then. Yeah, she's just got a little green spit on her. She be fine. What a jolly place. Can they be here somewhere? Why is it? Before it was showing us they were right here though. No, it doesn't.
Careful. Only things you'll find in the ruins are liable to shoot you or eat you. Or both.
I wonder who used to live here. Isabel?
Okay.
Anyone remembers anymore?
Bit confused over this part. We are gonna go and check this side then, and then we go back to our ship and then go in town and check that thing. Let me clear out these two. See if there's a couple mines. Oh, we got a big mama. And Spitter and Stalker. This can turn out ugly pretty quick. So are we gonna have some fun maybe?
Here we go.
Nice hit.
Oh my god, and she died already. Oh my god. Freaking companions, man. Was I got hit by that stupid thing? Oh. God damn, having companions, man. Can I need it for the stupid companion quest too, though? So frustrating, man. They're being so stupid. They just stood there and like got hit. Let's see what's behind there. So why didn't that come up earlier?
You ever been off Monarch, Nyoka? Before you met the captain, I mean.
I'm a... As soon as you stop to dream of other things, that'll be the day something sneaks up and eats you.
Don't fret, I'm watching you back now. Anything tries to eat us, I'll give it a mighty whack on the nose.
Well, I'll be damned. You watch my back, I'll watch yours.
Hey, what are you doing here? This is our secret alley. Berta already pissed by those crates to market.
I know you murdered Isaac.
Listen, that purple-toothed twerp had it coming. Not that anyone has proof. And not that it's any of your business.
I found your tossball stick. Is it all gonna catch up with you, Alea?
How? That was supposed to go out with the next batch of salt tuna. What are you suggesting, pal?
You're finished. Please still obey before people here run you out on a rail.
Fine. This pissant town ain't worth it anyway.
Otherwise I would have flamed you all.
Well, I see you've had a sobering effect on our friend Nyoka.
Mm-hmm.
Sir, please stop.
Forgive me, Celia. I couldn't help myself. Anyway, what can I do for you?
As Rose is dead, I found the people who killed him.
But that's terrible. What happened?
It was Alea and his hooligan friends that ran him out of town.
I'm glad to hear you've dealt with them. They've been causing quite a bit of trouble around town.
I've been consumed with other matters of late, but I would have dealt with them eventually.
Of course you would have.
Of course I would have. Still, your intervention in the matter is much appreciated. Please consider this payment for your services.
Okay. Oops. We can do it like this. Go back here to be able to save. Save. Heck, I'm gonna do this one then.
So you keep Monarch safe, huh? That's real honorable work, Miss Nyoka.
Oh, no. Monarch.
Maybe she put them to a long distance from me.
Can we talk?
Hey.
Yeah. Food.
Ooh. Smells like those old Sundays when we'd unload salt tuna shipments to the cabin.
You'll get used to it.
How the heck, man? Oh my, this is instantly. It's like, what the actual heck, man? Oh, useless.
Have a sweetheart in Stellar Bay?
I had a fling or two, sure. But on Monarch, relationships ain't usual.
Like I have to aggro them all. If I don't...
Hey.
Like now all of a sudden they can't even deal with just these.
You'll get used to it. Give it 10.
Oh my God. We made
Barely.
Right. Here's the road. Follow it south.
Oh shit. With out there involvement, I think it goes better. My hat. Do do do. Let's see, what do we have?
Opening fire! On my way!
I'm fine. I'm not the one having issues killing things.
Feels like the old bits outside of Edgewater. Used up, unneeded, left to settle into ruin.
Don't bother knocking on any doors. If anyone's inside, they're liable to respond with gunfire.
A visitor? What an unexpected surprise! Please, come in. Come in.
I'm getting real bad fight or flight right now. Watch your step. People ain't this friendly outside city walls.
The Edgewater deserters were perfectly nice, and they lived outside the city walls. Well, Maybe not Adelaide, but everyone else.
That's the spirit. Now come in. Make yourselves comfortable. Excellent. You've arrived at just the right time. My wife is putting the finishing touches on dinner. Please, make yourself at home until it's ready.
Something ain't right about this.
Lucy?
Oh, hi there. Did you come to bring us more of those rocket candies?
Sure.
That's wonderful. There was this other man who used to bring them. Not anymore, though.
Why isn't he bringing you more then?
He said they were making us sick. Mom and Papa got real mad at him for that. They went to have a talk with him. Afterwards, they said he wasn't coming back again. Mama and Papa said he came from the city. When we got sick one time, he brought those candies to make us well again. And they worked. Now we feel better than ever. Mama says they're a gift from the Eternal.
Okay.
Okay. Maybe I'll see you at dinner.
Way she said that reminded me of a rat licking its chops. Be careful.
Hey, what are you doing in my room? Liar! You're trying to steal the last of my rocket candies, aren't you?
Oh.
The ones that come in a bottle with a rocket ship on it. Like the other man used to bring.
Oops. Maybe unlock that one.
No. They sulfur-sodden ass.
Braxton Hex work ID. If lost, please return. No.
Oh, ain't enough that the rats eat everyone? Now people are doing it too?
Escape the house, huh? Okay. So and that one done. Is this? Okay. I have to do this. I have to redo all this just in case he die. Some stupid reason. That's the joy of supernova. So I can just let my companions die. Okay, let's go and talk to her.
I hear those rich people in Byzantium pay a handsome bit for wrapping us.
Hello, Wilma.
I'd give you a friendlier welcome, but I'm up to my elbows in salt tuna guts.
Who spat in your spirits, Velma?
You noticed my mood? I'm surprised you can see straight today.
I could be seeing triple and I'd still think you're being unkind. I just might find it funnier.
Will you try wrangling half a ton of dead fish with decades-old equipment and see what it does for your disposition? Anyway, what do you folks need?
I got some bad news about Braxton.
That he's got his load on and I'm stuck covering his shift?
Nope.
That's... Wow. I sure feel like an ass now.
Mm-hmm. It's a rotten way to go.
I wouldn't wish that on Catherine herself. Still, it's good to know what happened to him. And that I ought to start looking for a replacement. Something else on your mind?
What's this about your foreman?
Caleb Herrick. Runs the autoloader operators. He thinks I don't pay them enough for flipping switches and turning dials.
So the job's easy, but you're not doing it? Something smells here. I mean, everything smells in here, but something's fishy. Wait.
He and his whole crew walked out. Say they won't come back unless I pay them more.
Why don't you just pay them more then?
Because we've got a budget, all right? And in case you haven't noticed, MSI doesn't exactly have a lot of spare bits on hand.
Sure you can make them come. Okay, I can talk to Caleb.
You mind slapping him around a little while you're at it? I'm joking. Mostly. Unless you can do it without hurting his job performance. If you can find a way to get him back to work, I'll make it worth your while. Check the yacht club. He's usually there.
Okay. Let's do that then.
New face, huh? You from Offworld?
Maybe. Yep, Captain Lu Wang of the Unreliable.
A ship captain? Well, I'll be. Here, let me buy you a drink. Consider it an MSI welcome. Why don't you grab a chair, sit a spell and revel with us?
By the smell, he's been reveling enough for you both already.
What are you celebrating?
Me and my friends have taken our destiny into our own hands. We're untethered, free of responsibility and worldly cares. Well, as long as we don't run out of bits.
Which you will.
But until the windfall's gone, we're riding high. See, we just walked out on our work. Had enough, we did. So now we're striking.
What could be so bad it made you walk off the job then?
It ain't any one thing but the sum of it all, having to work longer shifts for less bits. And the wages we do earn don't cover as much as they used to. Our supervisor Velma goes on and on about quarterly profits and meeting quotas. But that ain't what Sanjar promised us. Velma refuses to negotiate, so we're refusing to work. We won't go back until she agrees to pay us fair and proper. Us on Monarch, we're free from the board, you know? We have the right to lobby for better hours and pay.
Okay, we need to talk about Velma.
Sure thing. What did you want to discuss?
How long can you afford to miss work then?
Not forever, but we've each saved up our bits, and I stashed them safe in my home by the diner. I reckon we could last a week or two at least.
Any suggestion for how to put pressure on Velma?
If I knew that, I'd have tried it. Talking reasonably got me nowhere. Maybe you'll fare better. The others wanted to blackmail her, but we're above that. Besides, them are just rumors. We got no proof they're true.
What's this about blackmail now?
I would never endorse such an untoward tactic, you know, but, well, there's rumors that Velma's taking a cut off the profits. So far, it's just gossip, you know, but if there was any proof to be had, it'd be in the Saltuna warehouse, I reckon.
Okay, so let's see how Daphne is updated now. What the hell?
You ever worry all that ammo in your berth might combust?
I would think I had that.
It can do that? All it takes is a little bit of black powder next to a lot of bits of fertilizer and one real hot day, and I've seen it happen.
I don't know what's more unsettling. The concept of my ammunition spontaneously combusting, or the fact that this is the kind of thing you think about on the regular.
Hack bypass. Weird. Okay. I think she would have something up here now.
Poor Braxton. Just when I thought things couldn't get worse. If you want to talk to the boss, she's in the back of the warehouse.
Hey, Velma, I got your cannabinoid pills.
You're a lifesaver. Hope Abigail didn't give you a hard time.
Just the usual. Any word on Braxton?
Nothing. You don't know how much... I'd give you a friendlier welcome, but I'm up to my elbows in salt tuna guts.
Gosh, this old girl's in a rough way. Even old Bess in Edgewater was in better shape than this.
Hey, you want to try running a cannery with obsolete machinery? You be my guest.
Sorry, ma'am. I wasn't trying to be rude. It's just, your flanging apparatus isn't making a strong flange, so your sealer isn't sealing right, and...
Oh. I see what you're saying. Huh. I'll have to try that. Anyway, what do you folks need?
Talk about Caleb.
Unless you're here to tell me he's agreed to do his job again, I've got nothing to say.
Caleb says they need a raise to keep up with prices around here.
Tell him to complain to Catherine in Fallbrook, not me. Sublight's demanding more money for the same contracts, which means we're all in the same boat.
They're hard workers, aren't they? Don't they deserve some compensation for that?
Hard workers? They turn dials and flip switches. The machines do all the actual work.
I'll wager she don't pay those folks that maintain the mechanicals decent neither.
Caleb and his crew have it better than anyone else around here, I'll tell you that much. If Caleb wants to keep this job, he'd better get back to it. I'm about ready to hire sublight contractors at this rate.
Sanya's gonna notice your shortfalls before long and he will hold you responsible. You willing to meet Salem halfway?
For running me ragged while he takes an extended leave at the bar? Not on your life. Maybe so, but I bet you Caleb runs out of bits first. Then he'll have to come back. He says he's got a stash to tide his crew over. Could be he's all talk, but if the money's real, I bet you he keeps it at home. Near the diner.
You'd steal from your own people? That's low, man.
That's business. Someone's got to keep the lights on.
Okay.
Fine by me.
Wonder where we could find the evidence though. You'd think it would be in the safe up there. Oh, come. Can you please get on top of the damn freaking thing and then you. Like, what the heck, man?
At least Grimm's done bothering Velma. Last thing anyone needs is him setting her off.
At least Grimm's done bothering Velma. Last thing anyone needs is him setting her off. Poor Braxton. Just when I thought things couldn't get worse.
Poor Braxton.
I don't want to think about it.
Eaten by cannibals?
What a diner.
I put up with the constant.
Yes, that's the one.
Think of fish because I don't want to think about what's outside those walls.
I know.
You need to get up there. Huh? Oh, come on. Wait.
Damn, you got some nimble fingers, Captain.
Didn't find any evidence about her.
So you keep Monarch safe, huh? That's real honorable work, Miss Nyoka.
Oh, no. Monarch ain't safe, even with me around. I've just got intimate knowledge of its dangers and an abundance of fortitude.
See.
Why don't you grab a chair? Sit. Sure thing. What did you want to discuss?
Velma's threatening to replace it with sub-like contractors. Try that one first.
I'm calling her bluff. If she wants to threaten us, we'll see how she likes it when Sanjar finds out she gave Sublight even more dominion in Stellar Bay.
Bad news, you don't have the savings you think you do.
What? Something happened to our stashed bit cards? But I hid it so careful. No one saw me put the lockbox on my balcony. No one goes up there but me. We must be dealing with some sort of criminal mastermind. Well, if we can't afford to skip work, we ain't got no leverage. Space me, but good. I guess you ought to tell Velma we're coming back to work.
Velma we go.
I'd give you a friendlier welcome.
Oh, yeah.
You knocked any sense into him yet?
Yep. 2 broke the strike. He's coming back to work.
Funny how that works out. Thanks for your help. You've gotten me out of a tight spot here. Take this for your efforts. Honest work deserves honest pay. Something else on your mind?
No. Let's see. There we go. Fixed it. Get all these up to 16. Oh, we get another perk now. Let's get that one. Okay, up here we need to save. We go again. Just in case I die out there, so I don't have to do that whole process again. Would suck. Okay, so let's see. Fallbrook. This one. Way off.
What job did the board assign you when you came of age? And it was something real neat, like professional flexing.
Wilderness patrol. Plenty of folk traveling on foot out there. Even
Flex. What the heck?
good old Stellar Bay. Only place on the planet that don't stink of sulfur. On account of it stinking like fish instead.
You reckon the smell ever goes away? Maybe the wind off the sea helps.
Okay, let's see. Let's follow the road. Let's see. Oh god, is she gonna die or make it? I'm a bugger jumped out in that crap. Nice, a melee MK2 weapon. Might be an upgrade. Check it out. It was pure. Two-hander. It was BS.
Watch your feet. The sulfur pools don't just stink. They'll take a toe off.
Rollers. Let's see. Like you saw something, no you don't. Hmm.
Everyone all right?
Looks like it. Okay. Down things. Oh, wait, Need that one. Need another one of these. I have so many of them. Ultra, huh? Should I keep that one? That's a lot of... let's see if we should check this out and see what's here. Music box.
That's hands, Cap.
Okay. Continue. Okay. Hello? Okay, so that is follow-up quest, I guess, then. Thing is, I need to go that way though, and that's 5 enemies. Oh, this might hurt. Okay, not bad. Sealed. Supposed to go that way though. Plasma carbon. Moving behind. Mushrooms.
Nothing like a good tussle.
Mm-hmm. Okay. On the road, just to see. Could just go right over there, but. And there is one way up there. Do. The heck is that direction? Building up there. something. Sounds like they have some tame. Oh, come on! She went down like an instant. Oh my god, this is so stupid. What's this one at then? Oh, freaking heck, man. So annoying. But it can be so bad.
Good old Stellar Bay. Only place on the planet that don't stink of sulfur. On account of it stinking like fish instead.
You reckon the smell ever goes away? Maybe the wind off the sea helps.
So frustrating, man.
Watch your feet. The sulfur pools don't just stink. I'll take a toe off.
Here they come! Down they go!
Returning fire!
Jesus. Running, running. As well deal with this. Yeah, deal with it all. Okay, let's go and loot this place over here and then. I didn't sell off yet.
Damn, some nimble fingers, Captain.
Something probably we're gonna have to do later, as I said. Can't go in there, just get static. Should have gone to the vending machine. I think I don't know what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna go to the vending machine, teleport back to the ship. Just to save progress. Just run the shortcuts straight over. What is the best way to do this? Unless it's MK12, it's like no point having it. Sleep, so we have that done. Okay, we don't think there. Oh, wait. Good, definitely. See what does Ellie have? 4. I have 4424. And she actually, okay. I see time's been flying here.